Have you ever taken a medication only to feel worse instead of better? Maybe you started a new prescription and suddenly your energy dropped, or you felt dizzy, or your thinking became foggy. If you've ever wondered, is this pill actually helping me, or is it making things worse? You're not alone. As we get older, our bodies change, and so does the way we process medications. Something that worked fine in your 40s or 50s might now have unexpected side effects. And here's the thing. Many common medications that seniors take every day can have hidden dangers that doctors don't always warn you about. Some can increase your risk of falls, memory loss, or even heart problems. Others might interact in ways that can leave you feeling tired, anxious, or mentally foggy. And the worst part? Most people don't realize their medications are the problem. That's why today, we're diving into the hidden dangers of common medications for seniors. What? You need to know what to watch out for, and most importantly, how to protect yourself. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits, a type of medication that many seniors take daily without realizing how much harm it can do. Sedatives and sleeping pills. It starts innocently enough. Maybe you've been having trouble sleeping, tossing and turning at night, waking up feeling exhausted. So your doctor prescribes a little something to help you sleep, and at first it seems great. You finally get a full night's rest. You're not lying awake, frustrated, and you wake up feeling refreshed. But over time, something starts to change. You feel groggy in the mornings, like your brain isn't fully waking up. Maybe you start forgetting little things, struggling to focus or feeling off balance when you stand up. And here's where it gets dangerous. Sedatives and sleeping pills can increase your risk of falls, confusion, and even dementia. Medications, like benzodiazepines, drugs often prescribed for sleep or anxiety, have been directly linked to higher rates of cognitive decline in seniors. They don't just make you sleepy, they actually slow down brain function, and the effects don't stop when you wake up. Many seniors find themselves feeling mentally sluggish during the day, unable to focus or stay alert, and that increases the risk of falls, accidents, and even memory problems that can look like early dementia. So if you're taking a sleeping pill or a sedative for anxiety, and you've noticed brain fog, dizziness, or balance issues, it might be time to talk to your doctor about safer alternatives. Now, let's talk about another medication that millions of seniors take every day. One that's meant to relieve pain but can actually create more serious problems. Over-the-counter pain relievers. When your joints ache, or your back feels stiff, or an old injury flares up, it's easy to reach for pain relief. After all, what's the harm in taking something like ibuprofen, naproxen, or aspirin? Here's the problem. Long-term use of these medications can seriously harm your health. Many seniors don't realize that NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, can increase the risk of stomach bleeding, kidney damage, and even heart attacks. And the older you get, the greater the risk. Imagine this, you're taking ibuprofen every day to manage arthritis pain. It helps, so you keep taking it, but over time your stomach starts to feel off. Maybe you get heartburn more often, or feel queasy after meals. You think it's just a normal part of aging, but what's really happening? NSAIDs can wear down the lining of your stomach, leading to ulcers or internal bleeding. And the worst part? You might not even feel the warning signs until it's serious, and it's not just your stomach. These medications can also strain your kidneys, increasing your risk of kidney disease, especially if you're taking them regularly. So what can you do instead? There are safer alternatives for managing pain that don't carry the same risks. Things like turmeric, gentle stretching, heat therapy, or even certain supplements. The key is to be aware of what's really going into your body and what it might be doing to you. Now that we've covered the hidden dangers of sleeping pills and pain relievers, let's talk about another category of medication that millions of seniors rely on without realizing how it might be affecting their heart, brain, and overall health. We've already talked about the hidden dangers of sleeping pills and sedatives, how they can cause grogginess, memory issues, and increase the risk of falls. And we've covered over-the-counter pain relievers, which, despite their convenience, can lead to stomach bleeding, kidney problems, and even heart risks when taken long-term. Now let's move on to another type of medication that millions of seniors rely on every single day, without realizing the potential harm it could be causing: antihistamines and allergy medications. If you've ever had seasonal allergies, trouble sleeping, or even motion sickness, chances are you've taken an antihistamine. Medications like Benadryl, diphenhydramine, and other PM sleep aids are often marketed as harmless ways to get through allergy season or catch up on sleep. But here's the truth. These medications can cause serious problems for older adults. Antihistamines block a chemical in the brain called acetylcholine, which is essential for memory, focus, and clear thinking. The result: brain fog, confusion, dizziness, and an increased risk of dementia over time. Think about it. Have you ever taken an allergy pill and felt off the next day? Maybe a little drowsy, sluggish, or like your brain wasn't working as fast? That's because these drugs don't just affect allergies. They impact your nervous system too. And the worst part? Many seniors take them daily without realizing they could be quietly damaging their memory and cognitive function. If you've been using antihistamines regularly, whether for allergies or as a sleep aid, and you've noticed increased forgetfulness, slower thinking, or difficulty concentrating, this could be why. So, what can you do instead? If allergies are the issue, talk to your doctor about safer alternatives like nasal sprays or non-drowsy antihistamines that don't affect brain function. And if you're using an allergy pill as a sleep aid, it might be time to look into natural sleep solutions that won't come with these risks. Now, let's talk about another class of medications that many seniors are prescribed without a second thought, despite the fact that they can lead to long-term health risks: proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, for acid reflux. Millions of people, especially older adults, take medications like omeprazole, Prilosec, pantoprazole, Protonix, or esomeprazole, Nexium, to control acid reflux and heartburn. At first, these medications feel like lifesavers. They reduce that painful burning sensation, help with digestion, and make meals more enjoyable again. But here's what most people don't know. Long-term use of PPIs can come with serious health risks. These medications work by blocking stomach acid production, but the body needs stomach acid to absorb essential nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin B12. When stomach acid is too low for too long, it can lead to weaker bones, muscle loss, and even an increased risk of fractures. And that's not all. Studies have shown that long-term PPI use is linked to an increased risk of kidney disease, infections, and even dementia. Now, if you've been on a PPI for years, you might be wondering, how am I supposed to stop taking it? My acid reflux will come back worse than ever. And that's a fair concern. Stopping these medications suddenly can cause a rebound effect, where your symptoms get temporarily worse. The key is to work with your doctor on a gradual plan to reduce your dependence on PPIs. In many cases, lifestyle changes like adjusting your diet, eating smaller meals, and elevating your head at night can help reduce acid reflux naturally, without the long-term risks of medication. So now we've talked about sedatives and sleep, aids, pain relievers, antihistamines, and acid reflux medications. Each of these can pose serious risks if used long-term. But there's one more category of drugs that seniors take every day, and this one affects your heart, blood pressure, and overall well-being. We've already covered the hidden dangers of sleeping pills, pain relievers, antihistamines, and acid reflux medications. Each of these can have serious long-term effects, from memory loss and confusion to heart risks and digestive issues. But there's one more category of medications that millions of seniors take every day. And this one directly affects your heart, circulation, and even your brain. Blood pressure and cholesterol medications. If you've been prescribed medication for high blood pressure or cholesterol, you're not alone. These are some of the most commonly prescribed drugs for older adults, and in many cases they can be life-saving. But here's what most people don't realize. Some of these medications can cause serious side effects that impact your quality of life. Let's start with statins, the drugs used to lower cholesterol. You've probably heard names like Lipitor, atorvastatin, Crestor, rosuvastatin, or Zocor, simvastatin. These medications can help reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes, but they also come with risks. One of the biggest complaints from people on statins: muscle pain and weakness. Many seniors report feeling more tired, sore, or physically weaker after starting these medications. And the problem is, this can make staying active much harder. And here's something even more concerning. Some research has linked statins to memory problems. While doctors debate the exact connection, some people experience brain fog, forgetfulness, or trouble concentrating while on these drugs. If you've noticed a decline in mental sharpness since starting a cholesterol medication, it might be worth discussing alternatives with your doctor. Now, what about blood pressure medications? Many seniors take beta blockers, like metoprolol or propranolol, or calcium channel blockers, like amlodipine, to control high blood pressure. These medications can protect your heart and reduce stroke risk, but they can also cause fatigue, dizziness, and even depression. Have you ever felt lightheaded when standing up too fast? That could be your blood pressure medication lowering your pressure too much, making you feel weak, or even increasing your risk of falls. And then there's the issue of medication overload. Some seniors end up taking multiple medications at once. One, to lower blood pressure, another to manage cholesterol, another for acid reflux, another for pain. And before you know it, your medicine cabinet is full, and your body is overwhelmed. This is called polypharmacy, when multiple medications interact with each other, causing unexpected side effects. Sometimes the side effects of one medication lead to another prescription, and then another, creating a cycle of dependency. So, what can you do to protect yourself? First, if you're on multiple medications, talk to your doctor about whether you still need all of them. Sometimes medications that were necessary years ago might no longer be the best choice. Second, always be aware of how a medication makes you feel. If you've noticed new symptoms like brain fog, dizziness, weakness, or digestive issues since starting a medication, don't just assume it's aging. It might be the medication itself. And third, ask your doctor about safer alternatives. Some conditions can be managed with diet, exercise, or lifestyle changes instead of or alongside medications. Even small adjustments can make a huge difference in how you feel every day. Medication can be a powerful tool, but it's not without risks. The key is awareness. The more you understand about what you're taking, the better you can protect your health. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Have you ever experienced unexpected side effects from a medication? Let's start a conversation. And if you want more content on how to stay healthy, independent, and sharp as you age, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. Here's to taking control of your health, staying informed and living your best life at any age. I'll see you in the next video.